This was once a thriving forest, home to countless species, rich with life, helping maintain balance in the ecosystem. But over time, trees began to disappear and the changes become harder and harder to ignore.
Deforestation began around 10,000 BC with the rise of agriculture. Over time, forest loss accelerated, especially during the Industrial Revolution, driven by population, growth, new technologies, and expanding economies. During 1990 to 2005, an estimated 13 million hectares per year were converted from forested lands to non-forest lands.
This destruction contributes to about 10% of global carbon emissions, worsening climate change.
On the latest data of global forests, a total of 459 million hectares of tree cover were lost globally from 2001 to 2022, resulting in a 12% decrease, leading to the emission of approximately 195 billion tons of carbon dioxide.
In the Philippines, a total of 1.42 million hectares of tree cover was lost from 2001 to 2022, representing a 7.6% decrease in our total tree cover, approximately 18.684 million hectares. This loss contributed to 848 metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions.
As of 2022, it is downhearted that the total forest cover of 7.22 million hectares of the country's landmass is way below the 17.8 million hectares worth of forest cover we had back in 1934. It showcases how much of our forests we had lost over the years, portraying how serious the threat of deforestation is to the country. Deforestation is the purposeful clearing or thinning of forested land by humans. It represents one of the largest issues in global land use. The persistent and visible causes of deforestation in the Philippines rooted from agricultural expansion. Forests are cleared to make way for croplands, livestock grazing, and plantations.
In Palawan, forests are being converted into both small household farms and larger plantations.
Wood extraction, especially logging, remains one of the most pressing causes of deforestation in the Philippines.
In 2023, Gabriel points out that this includes not only legal logging done by companies with government permits, but also illegal timber poaching carried out by displaced workers and local residents. In remote areas like the municipalities of Brooks Point and Taytay in Palawan, these activities often go unchecked, making forest protection more challenging than ever.
Urbanization and infrastructure development have also intensified deforestation in the recent decades.
Underlying of all this are socioeconomic conditions such as poverty, population growth, and upland migration. When families lack access to livelihood opportunities or when urban job markets fail to absorb the unemployed, many migrate to upland and forested areas in search of land and resources. According to Gabriel 2023, such migration driven by economic hardship is strongly linked to activities like slash and burn farming and fuel wood gathering. In Palawan, where poverty rates remain high, these pressures are especially intense.
The loss of our forests doesn't just affect the environment, it impacts entire communities, ecosystems, and future generations. Another serious consequence is the disruption of ecosystem services. Forests play a crucial role in regulating water cycles, preventing soil erosion, and storing carbon. When they are removed, local communities face increased risk of flooding, landslides, and drought. It also leads to the degradation of watersheds, affecting both water supply and quality. Nolas et al. 2022 reported that forest degradation in Palawan had negative impacts not only in land but also on coastal resources such as mangroves and coral reefs, which are indirectly affected by increased sedimentation and pollution. As the government recognized the importance of our forest, the Philippines is committed to address the continuous deforestation through robust policy initiatives, including the establishment of the Philippine Reduced Emissions from Deforestation and Forest Degradation Strategy. Identified in it are strategies to protect the climate through Philippine forest and biodiversity conservation and protection. The RED Plus strategy has become an invaluable part of the 2011 to 2016 Philippine Developmental Plan and 2011 to 2018 National Climate Change Action Plan. First is the National Greening Program, a large-scale reforestation effort that aims to restore degraded forest lands by planting native and fruit-bearing trees. This program not only improves forest cover but also supports local livelihood. Another key approach is the community-based forest management program, where local communities are given the right to manage and protect forest areas. These empower people at the grassroots level to be active stewards of their environment. The government has also designated protected areas and national parks under the NEPA's Act to conserve biodiversity and limit destructive activities such as illegal logging.
Other practices include agroforestry, which combines tree planting with sustainable farming, and environmental education campaigns that raise awareness and promote responsible land use.
While modern strategies have been implemented to address deforestation, it's also important to recognize traditional practices that once helped protect our forests, and many of which are now fading.
If we don't save our forest now, there may be nothing left to save tomorrow.